Okay, so stop trying to get better at your art. Now, before you click away or leave an angry comment, please let me explain what I mean here. Because I'm not saying you should stop learning, I'm not saying you should stop practicing, and I'm definitely not saying skill doesn't matter as an artist. But what I am saying is that most artists are focusing on the wrong thing. In fact, I think one of the biggest reasons artists struggle financially is because they're trying to solve a problem they don't actually have. And that problem is skill. Every day I see artists saying things like, I just need to get better, I need another year, or my work isn't ready, or I'm not good enough. And honestly, most of the time, that's really not true. Most artists aren't struggling because they're bad, they're struggling because nobody knows they exist, or because they don't know how to sell themselves or their artwork, or because they don't know how to position themselves in order to attract the opportunities that they want, or because they're trying to sell to the wrong audience. But instead of solving those problems, they go back and do another anatomy study, another perspective exercise, another tutorial, and then another and another. Because improving your art, it simply feels productive, as if you're doing the right thing. It's comfortable and it feels safe. Now, you can spend months improving your artwork without ever risking rejection, without ever putting yourself out there, without ever asking someone to buy something, without ever pitching a client. And that's where I think a lot of artists kind of get stuck. They hide behind improvement. Now, don't get me wrong, you should absolutely continue to improve your skills as an artist and designer. I mean, I'm still learning myself. I've been doing this professionally for 10 plus years now, and I'm still trying to improve. But there comes a point where improving your artwork gives smaller and smaller returns. Now, as I like to explain it, imagine two artists. One artist is incredible, absolutely phenomenal. The other artist is just simply good. Not amazing, not world class, just good. Now, imagine the incredible artist has no audience, no network, no positioning, no understanding of clients, no understanding of marketing, no understanding of really sales, I guess. But the good artist understands all those things. What do you think, or who do you think makes the most money? Because I've seen this repeatedly throughout my career, and I guess the answer is usually the second artist. Not because they're more talented, because they're more visible to the audience and the clients that they want. They're easier to hire, they're easier to trust, and they understand how to create opportunities within their field. Now, one of the biggest lessons I've learned was that talent and income are not the same thing. They're related, but they're not the same thing. Now, there are artists online who can draw circles around me. There always will be. I'm never going to be the best artist, and there are probably artists online who can draw circles around you too. The goal isn't to become the best artist in the world. The goal is to become valuable. That's a different objective entirely. And once you understand that everything changes, you stop asking, how do I get better? And start asking yourself, how do I become more valuable to my clients? Those questions lead to completely different behaviors. Instead of spending another 6 months tweaking your portfolio, maybe you start building relationships instead. Maybe you start contacting potential clients that you've always wanted to work with. Maybe you start learning how to sell effectively. Maybe you start learning how to write the exact copy that you want in order to sell your artwork online. Maybe you start learning how to communicate with your audience and clients. Maybe you start learning how business actually makes these decisions. Those skills don't get talked about enough because they're not as exciting as drawing, but they're often far more important and valuable. I think social media has made this worse as well because we're constantly comparing ourselves to artists at the very top of the industry. We see incredible work every day, so naturally we assume if I could just reach that level, everything would change. If my artwork is as good as theirs, then I'll be just as successful. But that's not what happens, because even when artists reach that level, many of them still struggle to make money. The issue wasn't skill, the issue was everything around the skill. And that's why, if you're watching this right now, I'd encourage you to ask yourself a question. What if your art isn't the thing holding you back anymore? What if your biggest opportunity isn't another tutorial online? What if it's learning how to actually market yourself, or build relationships with those clients, or communicate your own value, or create systems that will work to generate money? Because those are the things that actually create careers, not just better drawings. And look, I know this isn't the most popular advice, because it's much easier to believe that another year of practice will solve everything. And it's harder to accept that you might need to learn an entirely different new set of skills on top of being an artist. But that's exactly what's changed things for me. The moment I stopped seeing myself purely as an artist and started seeing myself as somebody building a business, everything changed. The opportunities changed, the clients changed, the income changed. Now, because suddenly I wasn't relying solely on the quality of my artwork, again, I'm not the best artist, I was creating value in multiple different ways. And if that's something you're struggling with right now, that's actually one of the reasons why I wrote a 300+ page book called The Profitable Artist. And it's focused entirely on helping artists make money from their work, build a sustainable career, and understand the business side that nobody really teaches. Now, if you'd like to check that out, the link is in the description below, and I'd genuinely love to hear your opinion on this. Do you think artists spend too much time focusing on their skills as an artist, or do you think skill is still the biggest factor? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching.